Hi everyone, Az here from HeelvsBabyface. Oh, he's so beautiful! Okay, so the Microsoft conference, E3 conference, has just finished and I watched most of it. Okay, I was actually asleep. I fell asleep. I'm getting old and I need an afternoon nap. And so I woke up and it had already started, but the first thing that I did was I saw that there was a new trailer for Cyberpunk 2077. So before even turning the stream on, I had to watch this. And I was watching it, and I was loving it. It was just like, okay, this is kind of putting together a little bit of some pieces of the puzzle from what we've seen already. And then at the end, when he rebooted up, and I love you, Keanu Reeves turned up, I was just like, ah! Ah! Probably like half of the planet. What I mean, let's be honest here, right? Cyberpunk 2077 already had my money. It's already going to get all of the money from me, most likely. Because CD Projekt Red, they've looked after us with the Witcher series. I don't see any difference here. You know, it might not be a perfect game, but I can guarantee you right now that Cyberpunk 2077 will be pure heart and soul from CD Projekt Red. And so they already had my monies. Already had my monies, I tell you. And then when Keanu turned up, it's just like, oh my God. It's like, right, it's like having a beautiful hotel room rented out, the penthouse suite. You've pulled the woman of your dreams. Scarlett Johansson is there with you. And she tells you to get on the bed while she slips into something more comfortable. Yes, this is getting a little bit weird, but go with me on this one. And then she comes back into the room with a friend. Ah! You know, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like that. It was already going to be an amazing night, but now it's even better. So yeah, the trailer for Cyberpunk 27 looked absolutely outstanding. Oh, I can't wait to get my hands on it. And yes, we've got a release date, 16th of April next year. So just under a year to go. I'm trying desperately hard to contain myself until then, because now I'm extra giddy, extra excited. Was hoping for an end of this year release. But look, I want CD Projekt Red to get this right. I think they are going to get it right. I have no reason to doubt them whatsoever. Keanu. So I'm just going to pretend, right? I know people can have their Johnny Mnemonic fantasies, and I hear you, but to me, right, this is the way it plays out for me. The end of the first Matrix film, the other two sequels never happen. This is where we pick up. Oh. Bueno. Okay, so what else did I see that I liked? I've just written down stuff which I saw. I'm not going to go through it systematically, just little bits and baps that I saw. So, Tales of Arise, a JRPG. I've got to say this because I'm a big JRPG fan. You know me, if you know me. I'm a big RPG fan in general. And I was watching it. Yeah, it's Bandai Namco, but, you know, they do some decent RPGs, I'm telling you right now. And it was going on, this trailer was going on, and I just said to myself, is this another Tales of from Symphonia? And then it went Tales of Arise, Tales of Symphonia, and it went Tales of Arise, and I was just like, so that just looked like a great little JRPG. If you're a JRPG fan like me, you like the Dragon Quest and the Star Oceans and stuff like that, this looks like it's going to be right up your back alleyway. Ladies, I love you. Phantasy Star Online 2. It's coming to the West at last. It's too late. But there might be some fun to be had here. Hey, you know, actually, do you know what? I'll take that back. Yeah, well, I say it's too late, but look, it came out in 2012 in Japan, and Sega said it's going to come to the West probably next year, 2013. And then we had to endure 2014, and then we had to endure it's going to come sometime, and we'd just given up hope. And so people made English patches, English language patches, so people could play from the West, or try to. I do have a Phantasy Star Online 2 account, which I can use with the English patch and stuff. It was really difficult to set up because you have to set it up in Japanese. And so you have to go through, like, you know, you have to follow a guide to be able to do it. But it's not even coming out, like, now. If they'd announced it and it was like, it's going to be available, you know, now on Xbox Live Pass or whatever, then you'd be like, okay, it's 7 years too late, but, you know, we can see if there's going to be some fun here. Because there's... Let's just be honest, 7 years on a Sega game is a very long time. Never mind a Western developed one. 7 years on a Sega game, it's a lot. But no, it's coming to the West, but not until spring next year. So it's going to be 8 years since release. So I don't know how many people are still playing it in Japan or the East. I imagine it's significantly less. I believe that it was actually doing pretty well. I know that it was microtransaction through the wazoo. But we'll have to see what it's like when it comes here. But I've got a lot of love. There's certain games and franchises that I don't often get to talk about that I've really loved over the years. You're going to hear one in a moment. I loved the first Halo game so much. Got so many great gaming memories from that. Rainbow Six 3 is another one. Some stunning memories about that game. And Phantasy Star Online is one of those on the GameCube. It's one of those games where I had just an amazing time, sunk so many hours into that game and adored it. Because I was brought up on the Phantasy Star RPG series on the Mega Drive, or Genesis if you're American. And so when it came online, and these were the first, I think, steps into the online world, and I didn't have a broadband connection. I had a 250k modem. No, is it 56k modem? I don't know. I can't remember anymore. It might be 56k. And I connected that. I would have to pay per minute that I was connected online. And I remember one day I got a £700 phone bill from BT. £700 phone bill. And that's because I was playing Phantasy Star Online. Oopsies! Right, so let's move on from that one. A game which I was anticipating and actually turned me off a little bit was Dying Light 2. From what I first saw of Dying Light 2, I liked the look of it. And I know some of these are cross-platform folks. I'm not just doing these as Microsoft exclusives. But it kind of like piqued my interest in the fact that you could go down certain routes, and depending on which way you went, which decisions you made, it would affect the world around you. And then the adverts, because it was just one big advert. E3 is just one big advert. It's just one big advertisement, isn't it? They walk out and it's just like, hi, I just walked in here with my new Nike trainers available now at the kiosk and drove in my McLaren car. And, you know, it's just like, oh, for God's sake, just show us the fucking games, man. But it showed this very, very generic kind of trailer. And it's just like, my name's Aaron, and I'm an infected innit? And it just kind of like, So that one turned me off. So now I'm kind of like wary about Dying Light 2, and I need to see more to be convinced about that one, because me no likey so far. Gears of War Mobile, no! Lego Forza, no! Thank you, no thank you. Gears 5, look, maybe. I dipped after Gears 3. I didn't really have an interest in Gears 4. My friend tells me I need to play it. But with Marcus and, Dom and all that stuff over with, I know Marcus is in number 4, older, etc. It just seemed to me, the way that it was presented, just seemed to be Gears of War light, Gears of War models. Everyone was just like fresh-faced and pretty, and it was just kind of lost that grittiness and gruffness that the original Gears of War Cliffy B. That's when Cliffy B was good. Wow, that's a long time ago. He just seemed to lose that genuine earnestness and kind of darkness of the Gears series. And so I don't know if I should give Gears 4 a chance and maybe look into Gears 5, but I've put it on my maybe list. And let's end up with the little reveal. They are working on the new console. It's currently under the heading of Project Scarlett. Obviously, that won't be the final title. The Xbox One was Project Scorpio, or Scorpion, one of the two. Unfortunately for them, Project Scarlett, if you look at them on Twitter, that's all I'm going to say, is probably Project Scarlett, not the best choice. But it's going to be the new console coming Christmas time next year, 2020, and they reckon it can support up to 8K. They've teamed up with AMD. It's going to have SSD instead of an HDD. Bloody about time, and it better have a decent capacity as well. If it comes out with 256 gig, no. But they did, Phil Spencer did at least say, look, we've listened to you. I mean, they didn't listen to you at all. They listened to the sales figures. PlayStation has annihilated them in this generation. Absolutely annihilated them. Why? Because the PlayStation 4 set itself up for one thing and one thing only, gaming. Xbox, they've been trying desperately for the last decade, 12 years or so, to market an entertainment system for the house. No. Gamers just want a fucking gaming console. So they said, this is what the next Xbox is going to be. Just a pure gaming console. We hear you. We hear these sales figures. Just going to be a pure gaming console. And, okay, yeah, so he went through, they all went through various things. But the main focus seems to be on eradicating load times, so experiences become so much smoother. Whether or not, whatever type of game that you're playing, it's going to have ray tracing technology, which is obviously the big new thing now with the R series, and that's all well and good. And then they did a nice little flip. Because when they spoke about the original Xbox releasing, it released, of course, with Halo. Just an amazing game. One of the greatest games of all time. And so they said, and it's going to happen again. We are launching Project Scorpion. No, Project Scarlet. Project Scorpion, they wish, because Project Scarlet, Australian prawn. They are going to have Halo Infinite as a release title. Now, we had a wonderful cutscene. We had a wonderful cutscene of a chap seemingly stranded in space who found Master Chief in space, retrieved the body, booting him back up online, and it was lovely. It was really good. And then they obviously got trapped back into the Halo gravitational pull, maybe. And, Master Chief was just like, no, we're going to do the fighting. And it had all the proper voice and everything. And, really got me psyched for Halo. And then I did have to check myself slightly, because I was like, we've not seen a single second of in-game footage or exactly what Halo Infinite is going to be, because it was seemingly going to be a multiplayer experience, if not like an online, dare I say it, live services. So I don't know. So we don't know exactly what Halo Infinite is going to be yet, but it seems the right combination, doesn't it? An Xbox releasing with a Halo title. So all in all, much more impressed with the Microsoft offering, even though most of these are going to be multi-platform. I think Phantasy Star Online 2 is going to be exclusive, but Dying Light 2 is going to be multi-platform. Gears is going to be exclusive, yeah. Forza's exclusive, I suppose. Cyberpunk's going to be, for everyone. Halo Infinite's going to be exclusive. Tales of Arise is no doubt going to be multi-platform as well. But yeah, much better than last year's offering. And I love you, Keanu Reeves in Cyberpunk 2077. You couldn't have asked for anything else. I've got all I need for Christmas. So I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Links are in the description box down below, and I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.